another video with Arduino. Today we're going to be using the LCD in order to produce a randomizer based on the inputs using the serial monitor. So we'll show a demo right here. And so today we're just going to be taking a look at the schematic, but more importantly the code and the basic programming of it. So now let's hop right in. So as you can see, the wiring diagram is the same as we went over previously. You can also find this wiring diagram in the Arduino LCD basics, where I go more into detail about how the Arduino LCD works and how you can output your own message, just like I outputted here, with how many inputs the user wants. So basically the way that this program works is that the user reads this message on the serial monitor. They will type up how many inputs they want, and after they type up the amount of inputs they want, they will enter that many amount of strings in. So let's say if I enter in a word, if I enter the number of inputs 3 and I put hello my name, it will give a random word within that string. So it will say the word, for example, hello, and it will output hello on the serial monitor and on the LCD. So now I will post the wiring diagram and let's get into the code. Okay, so here for the wiring diagram, you can see it's pretty similar to what we had on the on our actual project, but instead something that I wanted to point out is instead of this being right there, what basically happens is you have to put it in between this bridge. See this empty space right here? So we're supposed to have the module hang over this. So you see this point right there, it will be mapped right here, and then these 2 points will come over here, and this point will come over here. So in reality, the blue wire will be coming to this row, and then the black wire would be coming to this row, and then the red wire would be coming here. And you can see that right now. Okay, so now let's look into the code. Okay, so now let's dive right into the code. If you notice right here, these are the pins that are connected for the actual Arduino. We have 12, 11, and then 5, 4, 3, 2. So now let's continue. We have the serial begin 9600 to create communication between the Arduino and the serial monitor right here. This is what we outputted before. You can learn more about the set cursor and begin in my introduction to LCD video. And right here is what's different about this is we need to wait for the compiler to actually take in inputs. If we did not have this statement, what would happen is it would surpass putting in a value, go down all the way over here and start doing a bunch of random stuff where it's like continually outputting something that we don't want. Instead, we just want it to wait for you to get your input and then we can continue. So now we get to this part. We want to initialize an array of 5 values. So now let's visualize this. We have an array. And obviously, like the Arduino LCD, what happens is instead of this first index being 1, it's actually 0, and then it numbers all the way itself to 4, 1 less than the length. So now we get here, want to, this is the switch statement. So basically whatever value we input here, it's going to find the appropriate case. So let's say we want a case of 3, okay? We want to input 3 values. So what's going to happen is it's going to come down to case 3, and it's going to say enter 3 strings. It's going to enter into a for loop where basically we're allowed to enter in 3 strings. We wait, and then right here again, we need this statement to ensure that we wait before we continue. We have to wait for the people to put in their values before we can progress with the program. And then what happens is it's going to loop through 3 times so that we can get 3 inputs, 3 strings that we input. And so basically this is kind of repetitive. It applies for all 3. So let's say we want a case of 2, we want to enter in 2 strings. What's going to happen is it's going to bring us to this case where we are allowed to enter in 2 strings, and then that will be stored into the array. So basically what's happening is starting from 0, let's say we want an array of 2. we come over here, and we're allowed to input two values, two strings. And what's important to note here is that over here, so we already have the array. So let's say we have an array of, let's say, 3 values, okay? And we enter in 3 strings. What's going to happen at this point over here is that all the values will be added already. So we already have 3 strings in the array. And so this is the part where we can generate a random index. So we set the value random index to a random index. It's going to start at 0 to value plus 1. So this is important because it does not include value. So let's say a value is 3, it will only go from 0 to 2. We want the value to be included. So let's say we have this, right? And the value was 3, right? We want this whole thing to be included. So now we come over here, we clear the LCD. So we want to get rid of this previous message that says how many inputs enter on serial monitor. We want to clear the LCD, print the right answer, and then set cursor to 0, 1, and then our actual random index. So this will be accessing random index. So let's say this is actually the array inputs, and let's say the random index is 1. It will be accessing this value and then outputting it for the user to see. And likewise, we also print that to the serial. So that's kind of a good look at this random string generator where you're supposed to enter in your inputs. Okay, so now let's look at a cool demo. First thing is we want to save this. So it's going to compile the sketch and upload it to the Arduino. You can see the message, how many inputs enter on serial. So this is the serial. In order to get to the serial, we go to Tools, Serial Monitor right here, or Control-Shift-M. And so basically, we're just going to enter in our inputs. So let's say we want to ask the question, should I go to the park today? So we want 3 inputs, yes, no, or maybe. So it's going to say enter 3 strings. I want the first string to be yes, second string to be maybe, and the third string to be no. So let's see what the Arduino has to say. We should not go to the park today. You can be super creative with this. Let's say, what sport should I play? So let's say we have 3 sports. We have basketball, soccer, and volleyball. So which sport should we play? We should play basketball. So as you can see, it outputs a variety. No was actually our third value, and basketball was our first. So you can see that it's truly random, and I guess just be as creative and fun with this. So I hope you really learned something from this code. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's video. I really had fun making this, and I really hoped you learned something today. You can see I did another test case where it says the right answer to subscribe, so I really think you should do that. I hope you really learned something, and if you have any questions, make sure to comment. I also did, if you can see my monitor, it says enter 3 strings. I did like, comment, and subscribe, so I really think you should do all of this: comment, like, and subscribe. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next videos, and if you really like this, if you really enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.